Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at how to diagram compound sentences. Now that we've learned how to diagram entire basic sentences, you're ready for the next step. In addition, part of diagramming compound sentences is recognizing coordinating conjunctions. So we're going to talk briefly about those as well. First, let's talk about what a compound sentence actually is. Compound means put together. So, a compound sentence is one that's composed of two complete sentences: subject, verb, and all the other pieces that go along with it. Now, to give you an example, if we said, my cat, whose paw may enter this picture at some point, my cat has quick reflexes and she hunts well. We need a comma but after reflexes and before the conjunction to indicate that that conjunction joins two full sentences. How can I prove that they're two full sentences? Well, I could do it by looking at one subject, verb, and in this case a subject complement, but we can still treat them like direct objects for now. Another subject and another verb. However, diagramming it makes these very, very simple. The first thing we have to do is find where the comma and conjunction are. That's our division point. We're going to treat everything on the left side and then everything on the right side. Before we do that, though, let's take a quick look at what our coordinating conjunctions are. I have a quick acronym you can remember this by. Fanboys. For, and, nor, but, or, yet. So, those are your coordinated conjunctions. Those are the words that can join, along with a comma, two full sentences to make a compound sentence. You also have an alternative way of joining them, which is with a semicolon. Now, a semicolon automatically indicates that there is a causal relationship between the first sentence and the second sentence. So this is more specialized use, although your high school and college teachers will be quite impressed if you know how to use one correctly. We could, in fact, insert a semicolon in place of the comma and conjunction in the previous sentence without changing the meaning of the sentence. The fact that Stella hunts well, Stella is the name of my cat, is a result of her quick reflexes. So a semicolon would be an appropriate thing to use there. So let's get to the diagramming. Take the first sentence and we'll deal with this. Now, just like always, we're going to begin with our XY axis, or our crisscross applesauce. Who remembers what the subject would be in this sentence? Very good. And the verb? What does the cat do? Has. Very nice. Now, we're going to get more sophisticated later and talk about linking verbs and subject complements, but for right now, it's okay to treat this like an action verb that takes a direct object. And cat has what? Reflexes. Very good. Okay, now let's deal with the words we haven't done yet. My goes where? Right? And why? Good. How about quick? Very nice. And why do we put quick there? Right? Okay. Now, for the moment, we're going to ignore the comma and or the conjunction, and in this case we're going to use the comma and to show you, but for right now we're going to ignore that, okay? Let's deal with the second full sentence. She hunts well. Now it doesn't fit on this diagram because it's its own entity, right? We could just say she hunts well. So, go ahead directly under your diagram. You're going to make a second one and line up your vertical lines. Okay, and let's put in the subject. She. Our verb is hunts. And what do we call the word well here? Right, very good. It's an adverb. Okay, now let's deal with the connection that hooks these two sentences together. Now, as you know, without a verb, you can't have a sentence. The verb then is the strongest part of the sentence, and it's where we're going to connect the two sentences together. So, starting from the verb at the top, take a dotted line down, about halfway, make a little plateau, and then take the rest of the dotted line down to the second verb. On the plateau, we're going to write our conjunction. And if we had a semicolon, we would leave that blank because we don't diagram punctuation, right? Very good, and you've done it. All right, let's try another one together. Let's try this one. Now this is going to incorporate two of the skills we've already learned in our previous lessons, along with the basics. And we're going to use our compound skills. First, find your conjunction. Right. And see how your comma goes before it? Because the conjunction isn't strong enough on its own to hold two complete sentences together. It needs the help of the comma. Now, prior to the comma, here's our first full sentence. Where's our second full sentence? Right. Very good. Okay, so first things first, just like every time. Now, what's my subject in the first sentence? Very good. And our verb? Right. Coach told what? Ah, good, you remembered. Where's A go? Yes. How about my? Very nice. Now remember I said this was going to use something we'd already learned? The word us here is a what? We're the ones getting the story, getting told the story. So it's an indirect object, right? Told story to us. Now, if you remember, we're going to diagram the invisible to, leave a place for it at the table, and there's our indirect object. Very good. Okay, have we used everything in that first sentence? We have. So now let's deal with our second sentence. Go down, make a second diagram directly under the first, and treat this like a separate entity. Where's your subject? Good. And our verb? Very nice. We listened what? No, that's how. So we don't have a direct object, do we? Okay, but quietly does tell us how, so that's an adverb. And what about to him? Right. That is a preposition and its object. Okay, now we have all these things dangling off under our verbs. Can we still do our conjunction? Sure, we just have to be kind of careful about it. And what's our conjunction? Right. Very good. You did it! Look at that! Okay, here's one that I want you to try. This is also going to require that you remember about your compound direct objects. I'm throwing a little bit extra here, but I think you can do it. Give it a try.